Hey guys, Jay here. Welcome to another convention review. Today, I'm going to be talking about ChibiChibiCon 2025. Normally, I don't do this convention in a review, but I'm going to anyway. There's also going to only be one video instead of two, because usually I'll do a review and then the stuff that I bought and things I got signed. They don't normally have voice actors. This year they had one. I'll get into that. But I actually bought stuff. I didn't think I was going to, so I figured I might as well make a video. It's only a couple things, but then I can talk about a review, and there'll be a review. I did one last year. Didn't need to, but I did anyway. Yeah, we'll just get into it. So I'm going to show you all the stuff that I bought, because there's only there's two items that I bought and one that I got for free. So I don't have to really worry about too much there. So yeah, usually there are two videos. This time they're not going to be. There's no reason for that. So the one thing I got for free was this. And I'll get obviously closer up things of all these. But this is a potion bottle, and this is an empty bottle from really anything. I don't know what they were supposed to be from, but yeah, the people who are handing these out, I don't remember. It was something about how much I liked their cosplay. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember it was a cosplay that I said something about. And they were like, oh, well, you can have one of the things that we have here. I don't know why they were giving them out or whatever, but they had a bunch of potion bottles. But other than this was the only blank one that didn't have anything in it. And the other ones were all pride flags. So I can't grab any of them. I can, but I'm not going to. So, because I'm going to keep it, you know, I don't want it to be something that I'm not, you know? And then someone who is one of those sexualities can have their flag. But that was free. It's because I think it's because I like the cosplay or something that they were doing. Anyway, so the two things I bought are these two prints. The first one I bought is this free run one. And I might as well get this one signed. This one's really nice. The voice actor for Free Ren is going to be at the actual Free Ren, the character Free Ren, Mallory Rodick. She's going to be at SummerCon, which is the next convention. So I'm going to bring this, and if I get it signed, I get it signed. I have a bunch of other stuff. I have like way too many things. She's the one who I have the most things for. I have like 9 or 10. I'm not getting all of that, obviously, but I'm going to get the important stuff. So at least 1 or 2 artworks, maybe the Blu-ray, you know, things like that. So yeah, so there's that one. And then the other one here is a Polaroid, but it's like it's made to look like a Polaroid of a selfie of or maybe not a selfie, just a picture. Maybe Robin or Beast Boy took it, but it is Starfire and Raven. And I love Teen Titans, and they're my 2 favorite characters. So, and Raven's my favorite. So, well, Blackfire is my favorite. But as far as the main team goes, Raven's my favorite. And I really like Starfire. So, and this picture is really, really nice. I really like this person's artwork. So, yeah. There's that. And both of these, I got their information. So this one is on the back. So I'll put a picture of that up for the Free Run one, so you can see where to find that one. As well as the one with this. They gave me their card in the bag they gave it to me with. So I'll put that on screen as well. So if you want to, you can go check either of those 2 artists out. Usually I don't have the card or information of who the person is, or I've taken their card and I forgot who it was, and I don't remember which card it was because I've taken so many. So I usually can't show you that. So it's really nice that it's only 2, and that's easy to get to. I have one on the back, and I know what the other one is because it's in the bag. So that's easy. Anyway, so that's it for the stuff I bought and the free thing that I got. So as far as the review goes, there's not really much to review. This convention is a free thing at a college. This year it looks like it was ran by 4 people. So it is run by the Evergreen State College Anime Club. And apparently there's only 4 people running this. So I don't know if that's how many people were in the club, or I don't know. I don't go to that school. I don't know. But the reason I know that is because they posted that, and they were talking about, some people were saying some negative things apparently, and they were saying, hey, this is why we only had 4 people. Try not to be so negative about, you know, how the con is ran. It's not like an official big con, so it happens. It's not going to be perfect, you know, things like that. So that's how I know it was only by 4 people, because they literally put it in a post. So for being run by 4 people, they did really good. And I don't know if that's the same 4 people all the time or whatever, but yeah, it was really nice this year. It did start to rain a little bit, so we went inside, and then it stopped, so we went outside. It was fine. It was only like sprinkle raining, but we had costumes on. We were not going to stand in that. So other than that, the dealer's hall is really an artist alley, and then there's a couple dealers in there, but it's mostly artist alley, and it's really tiny. There's only like a few rows, and then so when you go in, the main convention area is, it's hard to explain, but I do show it off in the vlogs, which will be after this, it'll be like next week, and it's only gonna be one, so yeah, it'll be the one after this next week, and then so it's a big like stadium seating type thing outside, where it's concrete and wood benches that are like that make up like a quarter circle, and then it goes down into like a little courtyard area, which I assume is where they would do like outdoor lectures or something like that. And there's a flagpole area in the center there, and then you go straight into the gymnasium, and you can tell because on the side when you walk in, you go through those doors. There's like a lobby out there with like a bathroom, vending machines. Then on your left is a like school store where it's students running a store that sells like candies and chips and soda and water and all that stuff. And it's actually really good priced compared to other conventions, so that's good. And then if you go straight ahead, there's some doors that lead into what we know is the gymnasium, because on the far right side is all of the gymnasium bleachers for like assemblies and stuff that are pushed up into the wall, because that's the same thing as the high school I went to, where they would do it all in the gymnasium, which is normal, and then the wall would be like wood slabs, and you pull it out, and it's all the seats, so it's all the benches, and so that's all pushed back, and some of it's pulled out so you can sit down, and there's like maybe not this year and not last year, I don't believe, but the year before that, I think it was the year before that, or one of the years, I don't remember which year it was, maybe it was even 2018, I don't remember, but one of the years I have it in video where I'm going up to, or Atlas is coming up to me or something, like he filmed for me, and we're sitting down on the bleachers, so they're pulled out a little bit, so that's how I know. And then if you go off to the right, if you stay at the front there when you go in the doors, if you go off to the right of the gymnasium, there's another little area, and I don't know what that would be, like an office or something. It's a big area, but I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's like a storage area where I don't know. The point is, it's a smaller room. It's maybe about as wide. I mean, you don't know how wide my room is, but it seems like it would be about one and a half of my rooms, and then maybe two of my rooms long. So one and a half this way and two that way. So it's a typical bedroom. So that's about how big it is. And then there's along the walls is the artists. But if you go all the way back to the back wall of that room, this year they had a voice actor. This is the first year I believe they've ever had a voice actor. I don't remember them ever doing it before. There could have been years that I didn't go that they might have had one and I didn't know. I have no idea. But they had the voice actor for Lucy from the Peanuts, from Charlie Brown, which was pretty cool. So she was getting some attention, and she was doing like, since she was like, this is a free one, not many people, it's gonna be a bunch of college kids, not a bunch of people are gonna have money, so she lowered her prices for everyone. So that was pretty cool. And then if you bought something, you got a free photo op. And so if I'm her at the table, right here on the table, she had the thing that Lucy does in Charlie Brown, where it's the therapy thing, where she's giving therapeutic advice to people in her little booth. She had that set up with a little chair set up on either side so that it can look like she's Lucy giving you advice. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, cosplayers were all pretty cool. I did get quite a few videos. I thought I was going to get a lot less than I did, which is really nice. I was actually able to make all of them flow together really well in the vlog. So like I used to do, where it would go like whoosh, swoosh away, and then swoosh back into someone else. I used to do that a lot. It's really, really difficult to make that work without a plan. So I kind of had an idea of which song I was going to use, because I know the songs that I use. Yeah, they're all copyright free. So I've listened to them enough times. I know most of them in my head, or at least the parts that I use in the song. And so I kind of had that idea going on. And I had just enough clips to work perfectly 2 times in the vlog to make it work out and make it long enough of a vlog. So there's that. That was pretty nice. And then I also got a new selfie stick, which you can see me using in the vlog, which is much further away from me. So it's like where I'm not getting cut off like I usually am because I'm holding it too close. So this one extends a little more. It's about maybe 1.5 to 2 feet. Yeah, it's maybe about 2 feet. Yeah, because this thing has measurements on it. So yeah, when it's fully extended, maybe 1.5 to 2 feet, somewhere. No, maybe 1.5 foot. Yeah, I'd say 1.5 foot. So it's about that big. So when I'm holding it up against me like this, because holding it like this is tiring, right? So holding it like this, I have to have it still that far away. So I had to get something extended. And it works just fine. The camera I use for it is really light and weighs almost nothing. It's like not even half a pound or something. So it's really light, so it works really well with this. And it has a tripod on it in case I ever need it. So that's good. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. There's not really too much stuff. Oh, this year, speaking of this, I don't know if it's staff or not. These looked like some kind of security. They were just helping out with the thing. I think it's like the campus security or something, because they were wearing these gray vests with yellow on them, and I think that's what they were, was just some type of security. They asked us if we had our stuff peace bonded, which is weird. I've never had them peace bond anything before. We've gone there multiple times with props, and I've never had them ask us to peace bond anything. I didn't know they even did that. So it was pretty cool. They were nice about it. There's like, hey, I was wondering, did you guys get peace bonded yet? And we're like, oh, we didn't even know you did that. And they're like, oh, that's fine. If you go in and go, you know where the info booth is? Yeah, they're right there. Oh, cool. So we went and got it real quick. There was nobody in front of us in that line because there's not very many people there. So it was really easy to just go in, do that, and leave. It was awesome, though, because the staff who was doing that, the people who were doing the peace bonding, actually checked the weapons. Instead of just grabbing it and putting a thing on it, they actually said, can we pull it out of the, does it come out of the sheath? And I was like, yes, it does. Here you go. And they could feel that mine was foam. They could feel that Atlas's was wood, and they could feel that both of Hardy's were foam as well. So they could tell that they weren't dangerous. So they actually wanted to see that. And for a con like this, that's pretty cool that they actually cared enough to make sure. So, because if they weren't, they probably would have either told us to put them away somewhere or found a way to close them, you know, temporarily for the con, you know, like a zip tie or something. Like Sakura Con zip ties it all shut so you can't open it. That kind of thing. They probably would have done that. Other than that, that's going to be everything. There was nothing else that's wrong. There was no problems at the convention. We had fun. It was kind of boring, but there's nothing really to do there. We don't do panels at this convention at all, so it's not a big deal. We also left early because my cousin's daughter, we didn't want to take her all the way back home. We didn't want to go out of the way to go home, to take her home first. So we were like, if we leave before her dad gets off of work, but he works the same mall I do, and we could just take her there, drop her off as soon if there's enough time, and then he can take her home when he goes home, because that's his daughter. They live in the same house. That's easier. We know how to get there. So it's much easier to just go there and do that. So we did that. So that means we left early. We left at like 6:30. So we were there for about 6 hours, roughly, because we got there around 12:30. So we were there for about 6 hours. That's good enough for a small con that we're not really doing anything at. And I got some good video out of it, so it works. Also, we got to see a bunch of our friends, so that was cool. But that's going to be the end of the video. So, again, like all of these other ones, I do not give a grade or like a stars, whatever, like 2 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 stars, or an A, B, or C, or a 1, 2, 3. I don't give none of that. I just give you the information, and then you decide if you want to go. Remember, this is also a free convention. You don't have to pay. So there's no badges, there's no nothing. You just show up and you have fun. So it's one of those, so it makes it easy. And remember, Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington is where it takes place. So if you want to go, go. If you don't, don't. If you can't, then I guess also don't. But yeah, it's a nice little free one. So that'll be the end of this. So if you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.